Don't be fooled by the title of this video, because I've actually made a ton of stuff in the past. I was a scratch kid that thought he was a smart fella, but always ended up being Griffbach fart smeller. Don't mind me, I know that sounds really bad. Anyways, I was always humbled by this kind of tutorials, and say if there was a tutorial on player movement for a basic platformer, I'll follow it exactly as it was.
It's the biggest piece of dog shit.
And if the same guy who posted that tutorial didn't post a tutorial for, I don't know, enemies, then me and my game were screwed up. Guys, I mean it. And various times I actually fell prisoner to the infamous tutorial hell, but somehow I managed to bear through. Even though it took me like 3 years. But seriously, a couple days ago I decided to lock in entirely on learning how to code myself, and I have to credit my teacher at high school, because without her my 2 brain cells may have not carried me to where I'm currently at. That said, I'm still learning and my coding style is pretty rough. For instance, I don't know what the hell OPP is, and like, why to know anyway? If you know what it is, please leave a comment, because it might actually be important for me to learn. Whatever. Back to where I was, let's just say my dreams of game dev were over a long time ago. Until now. Well, all of my dreams resurrected with this thing called Pico 8, my beloved.
It was perfect. Perfect.
Even though this game engine might be a joke to actual game devs, I watched the video of a guy saying it was good for noobs a couple days ago. So I gave it a try, and oh boy, is this thing easy and somewhat powerful. And you might be wondering, what the hell is Pico 8? And that's a good question that I'm here to answer. With misinformation, of course. Jokes aside, here's the catch. When making a game in Pico 8, there are certainly some restrictions. For starters, you can only have a maximum of 8,192 tokens, which can basically be a word like a variable name or operator, a literal value like numbers, strings or booleans, or a pair of brackets. Anything outside of this does not count as a token, like commas, periods, comments, etc. So feel free to spam those as much as you want. It is also worth noting that since Pico 8 code should be written in Lua, syntax keywords like AND or local are omitted from the token count as well. And since the thing handles a programming language different to my wife, Python, then that means I have to cheat on her by learning Lua. No, Python, I'm just kidding, come back! Well, with my wife gone and me alone with this Lua thing and Pico 8, at least I'll draw some decent sprites for the game. Oh god, so I'm also limited to a 128 by 128 sprite sheet size?
Yes.
But all in all, it's not that bad. I'm no artist and I'll be stealing, borrowing artwork from bigger 8-bit franchises to actually have graphics on the game. As for the sound limitations, right now I don't really care. Music and sound effects are probably the last thing on my list to add to this little monster of a project. And now, with the rules clear, we can start coding. I started cooking, yeah, pure skill as always. Nah, but I actually just watched tutorials from a guy called Space Cat. This Pico 8 god showed me how to draw a character sprite on the screen, how to animate that character, how to detect collisions, and much more. Definitely go watch his videos. He's the GOAT! The GOAT! After that, I made my own additions to the game, like enemies which have a dumb AI, and this cool transition, which practically put me at the border of my coding existence to say the least. Like, I even asked for help on a Discord server during the developing of this thing, and thankfully someone actually replied, but I can't find the screenshot of the moment, so believe me. And yeah, that's pretty much the story of this game. I know the devlog may have been too short and fast-paced, but it's just a bare summary of everything. I promise that the next episode I'll be ready with more footage and I'll provide a greater in-depth explanation of how the things that I do work. Anyway, that's it for today guys. Thank you for watching, like, sub, and I'll see you on the next episode.